Well, hello there. Welcome to another edition of the Nailsin Ratings, but not really gonna rate anything or critique anything per se. Just gonna do a little show here, and celebration of the Snyder Cut. I think it was Chris Wong from Ping Pong Flicks. I saw, was it a tweet or on Vero? I think it was on Vero, where he talked about, hey, we need to do tweets and whatnot for for Valentine's Day, primarily because it's 2:14. Now, the number is significant because that is apparently the running time of the Snyder Cut that Snyder himself says is the length of the film. So, keep doing these pushes in the hopes that there will be a deal where the cut will be released, probably on HBO Max or something along those lines. And I do hope there is a Blu-ray at some point, because that's how my preferred way of seeing it. Of course, in the theaters would be cool too, but I really doubt that would happen. But, well, we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, quite a few people that supported, like myself, you do things, And recently there was this art contest that Snyder himself said he'll look over, and people could enter their potential poster ideas for a Zack Snyder's Justice League. And so, of course, I entered quite a few. And then Boss Logic got in. I think he's probably going to win. Although there was a couple that were really good. But yeah, it's probably, I don't really think I have any shot there. But it was fun. And so I thought I would show a couple of them here that I did. And one I didn't even enter. It took too long. And I don't know, I just didn't do it. But anyway, the first one I did was this one here, which was kind of like a showcase of the whole overall story. So there's a scene from the that was not in the. Oh, yeah, no, that wasn't. That was part of the deal. There was these ancient paintings that depicted Darkseid's arrival on Earth in the original history lesson of the movie. Here I've added in some concept art where Batman got a hold of one of the Parademon's cannons and was firing away, and it just wasn't in there. There's the ancient Green Lantern character from the history lesson, and I put him in there. There's a scene from Aquaman in Atlantis, so I thought it was important to have, a scene for one of the mother boxes that was in the film. And of course, Lois was supposed to be very significant for the story leading into what happened with Superman and why did he go to the dark side, and all that. And then because it's an overall, this is more of the overall story that Snyder apparently was going to tell with all this, I went ahead and tossed in that the beginnings of Batman versus Superman, which begins the story, for more or less. And so I tossed that in there for that reason, that it's really the overall saga that could have come out of those films. There's Smallville added in, that I didn't know who that character was. It was from the concept art, and I would like to think it might be Decide, but I don't know that it is. And of course, Big Daddy himself, Darkseid, from the image that Snyder revealed on his Vero account. And there's one of the mother boxes. Get those in there because they're pretty significant to the plot. And there's Batman walking along. Hey, what am I doing in Smallville? Oh, right, I bought it. There's Flash and Aquaman. We get our team coming together. And then, of course, Cyclops, Cyborg, plays a role. It's pretty more significant considering that the mother box was part of his creation. So that, I was thinking that there was some communication with it with him. I forget what the whole deal was. There's the original design of Steppenwolf. I put him in there, and there, of course, is Wonder Woman. And so the team's all together now. And then Superman. Now, the idea is Zack Snyder says he would be in the black suit when he resurrects from the dead. So, I just imagine him in that. And there he is, and, joins the team. And there's Zack Snyder's logo that he revealed for the T-shirts and whatnot that you can get. And that's what he was shooting for, I guess, for what the logo would look. And then, of course, I did my little signature. So there you go. That was the first one I did. That, again, was sort of like a representation of what the overall story elements of it would involve, in beginning with Batman vs. Superman leading to all of this. and the possible terrible fate of Lois that they would be trying to avoid to keep Superman from falling to the anti-life equation. So there you go. There was that one. Yeah. It's out there somewhere. I tweeted it and I put it on Vero. Stuff like that, Save changes. Sure, what? No, it's good the way it is. All right. Boy, I'm already forgetting what this next one was. Oh, yeah, this is the one where I used the nightmare scene. So there's an explosion. There's the nightmare world, of course. There's a little bit of Batman still left in it. I took it out for the purposes of background, but I thought that would make a good background for an image, and I added some space and whatnot. And then a dark side from, I believe that's from, is it Injustice, I believe, one of those with the video games. And it's just a great scene of dark side. And he probably, more than likely, what he would look like. And so, he's the evil heart of the plot of this story. And there he is, just hovering over everything, is the ultimate threat for Justice League and whatnot. Parademon, another Parademon. Okay, this is from concept art and whatnot. Put that in there. Wonder Woman, of course. And yes, so apparently she beheads Steppenwolf in the story. So I did another one where I think it's just, it was just her. I'm not showing that in this video, but she beheads Steppenwolf, and the head falls at the feet of Darkseid, apparently at the end of Zack Snyder's version. So I looked for an image where I could get her. There she's slicing. There goes. Whoops. And there's, of course, Batman and Cyborg. It didn't have legs from the image, but it doesn't matter. It fits for the overall image, as we will soon see. The Flash, of course, is significant in his ability to time travel for the story. So he appears there and added some lightning for him. And there are the mother boxes, and the idea that Cyborg can communicate with them and all that. I thought that was probably a significant element to have in it. And so that's why I pictured. I did one where I did character posters of all the different members of the Justice League. And his, I think, was probably the best that I did of those. Because it just makes a good design, and there he is. He seems to be working with them and all that. And so there you are, these, the mother boxes and Cyborg. And of course, Superman, once again in his black suit, but possibly already under the thrall of the dark gods of Apocalypse. And more parademons. Yeah, another one. There's Aquaman, and he's about to poke this guy, the parademon he's facing up against. And then there's my signature. So there you go. That one's one that sets it up with the basic story. And of course, I thought, the Nightmare Vision would be a good background, even though the story in Justice League itself would take place before that. But this is what they're trying to avoid, and certainly Batman is, for what his vision of a terrible future that he saw. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. And then this is the one that I didn't enter, but, well, here it is. And once again, of course, Darkseid appears from the same vision. There's Steppenwolf, and this is a pretty good shot of him. Of course, it's the one that made it to the theatrical version, and probably is the version that they have in Snyder's cut. A lot of the images he's shown, it is that version rather than the other one. Unless he's, they're pushing for him to redo it, and that would take some time, I'm sure. But anyway, and then, of course, our Justice League, and they, it fits in with the logo and all that. I should have entered this one. It does make more of a movie poster like deal. And there was one similar, but I had to kind of cut it up to make them fit so they're not all covered up by the logo. So I did that, and then added Superman in his black suit and part of that. So there's just a few more little elements. Oh yeah, my Mr. Nailsin signature. And then the mother box, I wanted it to glow red and stuff, and it has kind of a neat effect on Steppenwolf's hand. And there you go. There's the poster that should have been, I guess. But wasn't. So, yeah. Zack Snyder's Justice League. So anyway, hashtag release the Snyder Cut. happy Valentine's Day and celebrate 214 if you care to see this film. For more notice that there is a market for it, there is an audience for it, and Warner Brothers will be well advised to seek that out, and hopefully that is underway. But so, yes, once again, hashtag release the Snyder Cut. All right, thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe, and check out the link descriptions below. That'll take you to my mini stores that have plenty of goodies for you. Yes, that's right, you. And you can get a hold of my comic book, Night Night, over at indieplanet.com. Yes, check it out. It is based on the audio plays of the same name that I post on this very channel. And also in my podcast, which is over at radiomisfits.com, the Mr Nailsin Show. But now you can read and see Night Night in action within the colorful pages of his comic book. Also, you can watch my videos over at BitChute. Yes, that's right, the Mr Nailsin channel at BitChute.com.